Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. In today's video guys, we're going to explain and show you how to fix a common problem on higher mileage vehicles or a vehicle that wasn't driven for a long time. Let's say you're traveling 70, 75, 80 miles an hour, you hit the brakes and your steering wheel starts vibrating really bad. But without applying the brake pedal, you're cruising down the road with no vibration. So that's not a tire not being balanced or anything like that. This is a brake problem, and we're going to show you today how we're going to fix that. You have two possibilities that could cause that. One is a rotor that is not perfectly straight, so when you hit the brakes at high speed it starts vibrating. And the other one is the brake pads could have a glaze on top of them, because the rotor is too shiny and the pads got too hot, and as a result they turn into glass on top, and they get too hot and they'll start skipping and vibrating as well. So let's go ahead and show you how we are going to fix that today. So the first step that we will need to do, you need to jack your car up, okay, and have the front tires in the air. And then we'll remove the lug nuts to remove the wheels. Okay, last one now. And we're to the brakes right here now. In our case, we'll put the tire, the wheel of the vehicle, with a wood block. That way, if it falls, it's going to drop all the way on the wheel and it's not going to kill you. But do not do that. I would recommend just getting professional jack stands, okay, like the ones that we have here. But unfortunately, ours are on this vehicle now. Okay, you have to either have your disc rotor turned, which means that they cut the top layer off so it's not that shiny, you don't have little grooves, and also they will make it nice and even, because you can see we have a few high spots and that will cause vibrations. So either put new rotors or you have those cut. Usually there is a minimum thickness stamped on the rotor that you cannot exceed. So now on the back side we're going to remove the bolts, and right here you have to hold them with a wrench as well on this side, because otherwise that glide will start turning. And those glides are removable, so you can remove and grease them, inspect them, especially if you live in a state that has more snow, rain. Here in California we don't get any of that. There is one more on the other side. Okay, just like that. Now, it's important when you remove the caliper not to let it hang on the brake line. You have to pull it and put it on something or tie it to the strut here. In our case, we'll pull it and we'll put it on the bucket, okay, so it doesn't have any pressure on the brake line. You can see it just like that. And we'll proceed with the next step. Now, we have to remove that spring and the one on the bottom as well, and we can pull the pads out. Okay, perfect. That's the outside and the inside one now as well. Amazing. So next, in order to remove the rotor, we'll need a big 17mm wrench. Okay, and there is two bolts that we'll need to remove, and that will be the bracket that holds the brake caliper. That bracket needs to come out so we can pull the disc rotor out of the way. If you turn the steering wheel to the right, if you're on the right side of the vehicle, it will be easier to get to the bolts. Okay, it's this one here and the one on the bottom. Once you usually get them loose, they go by hand pretty easy. Okay, one is out. And now the second one. After that, that rotor has some rust deposit, so we'll spray some penetrating oil and we'll start tapping on it gently. Now that penetrating oil is really good because it's going to break that rust loose, and later you can use a little bit of sandpaper once you remove the rotor, clean all that rust so you don't have any rust in the way, and apply a little bit of brake grease as well maybe there. Okay, we got a rubber hammer, so it doesn't crack the roller. And if it's too tight, we can actually get 2 bolts, okay, and screw them right here if it doesn't come off. So if the roller doesn't come off, just get 2 bolts, okay, that fit that thread. And now you need to start screwing one, then the other one, and alternate a little bit at a time. Okay, and the roller came out. Now we need to get it loose. Okay, just like that. You can see later we can clean that with a sandpaper here a little bit. So I'll definitely recommend getting new parts. What we will do, okay, we're going to get sandpaper and we're going to sand ours because they still have some white left before we order new ones, and that one will definitely fix our problem. You can see how shiny they are on top. So we will get a sandpaper, medium sandpaper, and that's a good thing because it's on a wood block. We recommend using gloves when you do that, due to the fact that you don't want your skin to touch all that stuff. Okay, and you can see how it removes that shiny layer on top. Okay, let's compare both of them now. Okay, you can see how this one is shiny, this one is not anymore. So we'll do the same thing to the second one as well. So we'll get some sandpaper now. We need to sand the hub where the brake disc roller contacts the hub. Okay, you can see all the dust coming off, rust. So all that will need to be nice and clean, so the new roller or the roller that you just have turned, it's going to contact the hub really good. Okay, just like that. So we decided to have the rollers cut as well. That way we can eliminate any vibrations from that. And if it's from the brake pads, you know, we sanded them, so that will fix it. But the roller will be nice, it won't have that glaze on it as well. It's nice and smooth now, and it cost us only 12 bucks, the place where we got it from, where we got it cut. So that's a pretty good deal. So we'll go ahead, put everything together, okay, and see if that fixes our problem. With the rust penetrating spray, we're going to clean the glides. I would recommend even to get a brake kit with the new glides. They're replaceable, but ours are pretty good. We don't have any rust here, so when you clean them, those things are like brand new. So we will apply just a little bit of grease now, brake grease. You can find it in the description of the video below on the glides now. And also on the brake pads, okay, you can get the new shims as well if you're replacing them. I'll definitely recommend going that way. And where the brake caliper contacts the brake pad, we will apply a very thin layer of brake grease. That way we'll have nice quiet brakes and no rattling. But just imagine, again, you have to be super thin, because otherwise you have dust accumulating there. Okay, perfect, just like that. So we will install the brake roller, it just goes in. Now that we clean everything from the rust, you can see how good that thing fits. It even comes loose. Okay, now let's go ahead and catch that bolt now. Okay, I'm just not yet there yet. Okay, we install the top and the bottom one, and after that we'll get them tight. Do not get them tight before you install both of them. So now, with the same 17mm socket, we'll get both of them tight and then recheck them one more time to make sure that everything's good. Okay, perfect. Okay, this one as well. And now we need to install the brake pads. Okay, the inner one is all the way in. Now we need to get the brake caliper, but before that, I almost forgot, we need to install those spring-loaded retainers there, okay. Like that, and after that we need to place the brake caliper on top, and there is something very important which we do towards the end. Now you need to install the two bolts. And we will need to get this tight as well. Okay, perfect, and now the bottom one. Okay, great. Recheck them again to make sure everything's good. Okay, and now to the most important part of the vehicle. Now we have to go inside the vehicle and hit the brake at least 20-30 times all the way down. Okay, by doing that, what will happen? Actually, okay, the brake, the distance between the brake pads and the rotor will be eliminated, and that way the brakes will work immediately. Okay, check it out now. So that way you will not have any play. Do that until you don't have any play, because otherwise, if you start the car and you don't do that, you will not have brakes a few times that when you press the brake pedal, and that could be very dangerous. So we always recommend doing that. Always have one person inside and test the brakes that they work before we put the wheel on. So what we have to do next, just install the wheel, get the lug nuts. So before you drive it, have the emergency brake on, test the brakes, that's very important, before even putting in drive or reverse. So that's how you fix the vibrations in the steering wheel that are caused by glazed pads. So hopefully the video will be helpful to some of you. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys, for more videos.